I have to say, with The Bachelor, I wasn't shocked at all. We have the whole Chris Harrison thing going on.
Yeah, let's start there. Chris Harrison is under what is his official punishment from the woke crowd for so my understanding is we had one of the final four, Rachel, decide, like when she was in college several years ago, she went to a sorority and fraternity party, and it was like an Old South party, and so she dressed up like it was, pre-Civil War days, right?
Right.
And then Chris Harrison defended her because this went, of course, everybody's always upset about everything. People found these photos on Instagram or wherever she had posted them, and then Chris Harrison defended her. And
excused racism.
Excused racism, yes. And then so now he's out, like he's not allowed to be in the Bachelor anymore for a while.
Apparently he stepped aside. I mean, he was on the show, although edited out.
Yeah, they finished the whole thing, but I mean, it's taped. But now he's not going to be on the After the Rose special or whatever it's
Women
called.
Tell All.
Women Tell All.
The
Do you think he'll be
Rose.
back for next year?
Oh yeah, I think he will. He's done his apology tour and shown his remorse and ignorance. Of course, usually that's not enough, but I don't think ABC wants to get rid of him because I don't really know how they'd replace him. You know, him being the way he is so synonymous with that show and how horrible it is.
It's become crazy, by the way. I know it's been going on for a while, but it seems like the crazy woke culture in Hollywood has accelerated, if that's possible, even more so, because we had Gina Carano, who is a MMA fighter formerly, but then was on The Mandalorian, and she got fired from Disney for not saying the right things on social media. Like every day, basically, that I check Twitter, it seems like somebody's getting canceled for something that isn't that significant in the grand scheme of things. And Hollywood's a big driving force behind that.
Yeah, it does feel like it's sped up a little bit, and the rage machine must be satisfied.
Yeah, but Trump's not there to rage everybody anymore, because he can't get on Twitter.
It does feel like it's going to eat up all of us. I mean, it doesn't matter who you are or what you're for. It kind of feels like it's coming for everybody. But before we get fired, let me play you these clips.
All right. What to set me up for the first one here?
Okay. Well, they've brought in. They keep manipulating everybody, and these people deserve to be manipulated. They asked for this. They've gone on The Bachelor, and they do exactly what production expects them to do, which is freak out and act like idiots. And they try to add this girl who was on Colton season, the virginal tight end from a few years back, and she was also a virgin, I think, never been kissed. This girl, Heather.
Oh, wow,
and,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she shows up. And everybody just goes into an absolute hysterical.
This is what it's going to be like, by the way, when Carson Wentz shows up in a locker room in the NFL. It's going to sound just like this.
Would you stop with the athletic?
That's a good analogy. It's what's going to happen.
Just stop, please. Oh, God. These are the women reacting to Heather. I think you should have gone on vacation, Clay.
I would have liked to, Petros. I would be on vacation right now if they hadn't had a double winter storm.
All right. Here are the women reacting to the other girl coming in and talking to her. And I know it's an uncomfortable situation, but these women could not be less likable.
What's your name and what are you doing
I'm Heather.
here?
Nice to meet you guys. What'd you say?
I said, what are you doing here?
I am here to meet Matt. For the first time.
You're so late.
I know I'm late. For the first time, I've never met him before.
So are you ready to get married to him or be engaged within a couple weeks?
Yes, that is ultimately what I'm here for.
Were you on another season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on Colton season.
Okay.
Oh, so you missed that one, so you tried this one?
No, truly, I
Please leave.
didn't feel it with Colton, and that wasn't for me. And I'm not here to just come in and ruin everyone's day. And
My day's pretty ruined.
Why did you not meet Matt prior to him coming and being the Bachelor?
So I'm friends with Hannah, and I knew Matt was knew Hannah, but I didn't think anything of it when Hannah brought him up and said you would be a great match. But the more I learned about him, the more I thought like it could be a potential match and that I wanted to meet him.
You're just bachelor hopping.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Oh, my goodness, the claws come out. Now, this, of course, is ironic because all the girls said, oh, we're not bullies, we're not being mean, when the last early girls came in, and then everybody immediately reacts the exact same way when the new girl comes in again.
Yeah, and, you know, you can only beat up on a girl so much until she starts crying, and here we go with that. And they tell her, don't cry here, cry in your interview.
I don't want to do this.
What are you doing here?
Because I want to meet Matt. Like, I'm not going to be on TV. This isn't.
What's your
Honestly,
goal here?
I'm not convinced that you're ready for an engagement.
Absolutely.
In, like, less
You
than
guys don't know me at all. I'm coming in here.
Do you know Matt at all?
You've been through this
process.
Trust me, I would have rather have gone on a date with him without all this. Like, if just Hannah set me up with him. But that wasn't the reality of the situation. And I didn't.
I'm sorry. I don't really care, honestly, because you interrupted my time, didn't address me. So first and foremost, I would like an actual apology.
I truly am sorry. I did not mean to not address you. Like, I am freaking out.
We have
this is the
one
most
more week
uncomfortable
left of
situation.
dates, and then we're going to hometowns. All of us have very strong feelings for Matt because we have been here for 6 weeks, and you walking in and interrupting my time when I was having a pretty important conversation, super uncalled for, and I still just do not understand why you're here week 6.
Like, bitch, what are you doing?
I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Like, it makes me, like, really sad because this isn't, like, what I want to do.
Okay, just talk about an interview because I don't want to hear your tears right now.
I'm sorry, guys.
Go home.
I did not expect them to, like, come at me so hard and, like just treat me like not worthy.
Hometowns are 2 weeks away. Like, he has 1 week to get to know her and then meet her family potentially.
And now this outside factor, this virus is like coming in and she's infecting the whole system.
So a couple of things that I love about this. First of all, the girls have known Matt for 6 weeks, and they're ready to get engaged. But she might only know him for 2 weeks, and they're like, this is impossible, right? I mean, first of all, you're getting engaged in a couple of weeks. The other thing is, when's the last time you apologized to someone other than your wife is key here, for something that you did that wasn't actually worthy of an apology? Because I can't remember the last time I apologized to someone, again, other than my wife, for something that I did that wasn't actually worthy of an apology. Do you remember, like, can you remember apologizing to another adult for something you did that wasn't actually, like, I don't know.
I mean, I used to walk around apologizing just for being alive.
That's what people have to do now. Everybody has to constantly be apologizing. I don't understand this desire to get apologies all the time.
Well, you should apologize to me for your insensitivity and inability to speak Greek. It made me feel less and unworthy, and the culture that I grew up with, I felt like you were
demeaning and mocking.
Yeah, when you talked about Stefanos Tsitsipas not being any good and being some kind of big upset when he beat Nadal, I thought, to me, that was pretty insensitive. But these people are terrible people, obviously. And I'm sure that girl was really happy that old racist Chris Harrison gave her a call, so she showed up just to be eviscerated after quarantine. And then the guy sent her home.
Yeah,
and then he started cutting chicks really hard. Like, he started cutting girls like an NFL training camp. Hey, there's your football analogy for your boss. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, we got to get down to the 53-man roster, you know. So here is him. They brought in, instead of a crappy country song like you usually listen to, they brought into one of the slow dancing moments, a USC R&B singer, a guy that went to USC named Aloe Black.
Yeah,
and,
Aloe Black. What a name.
Yeah, here's him singing, and the other girls are acting like, that aren't dancing with him, that got left behind on a group date, are acting like they are being tortured like Prometheus, having their livers removed by an eagle.
A spectacular montage, the dancing versus the catcalling.
Let's hear it.
But now I do.
This feels like a dagger to the chest. I was really high after my conversation, and now I'm just like beaten down again. I don't know how much longer I can go through this.
I do. Now I do.
Do you think?
Lots of lyrics in that song.
Great lyrics. I do. Do you think they make the performers quarantine for 2 weeks to sing a song for two people dancing? Like
they probably have to get tested.
Yeah,
but
I'm just curious, and I wonder too how they're going to do the hometown visit in the COVID era. Like, does the whole family have to come and quarantine?
It looks like a smaller kind of hometown deal, and I'm sure everything will be handled privately. But he does have to get down.
Have you thought about? Yeah, no doubt. Have you thought about, for instance, let's pretend in 20 years this show's still going on, and 69-year-old or whatever he is, Chris Harrison's wheeling out. What if your daughter were on the show?
Well, it'd be tough. But you
have you thought about this? Would you pause the Bachelor report for your own daughter's involvement, or would you have to continue and soldier on with the Bachelor report?
I don't. I mean,
is that a violation of the rules?
I hope that my daughter wouldn't want to be somebody that wants to make out with another person on camera with a camera assist behind the camera and 3 sound guys and a bunch of producers salivating while it's happening. But we do get some satisfaction because a lot of the mean girls that are left over, they get cut. And this girl, Piper, gets cut.
That's right. My jaw dropped. I thought Piper was a lock for the Final Four.
She's extremely bitter about being cut, and she acts as if she was not in a contest and there weren't other women there. This is a great deal of self-confidence being displayed. Can we hear it, please?
The fact that I put myself out there and it still wasn't, it was exactly what I thought it was going to be. I put my weakness and my happiness on the table, and for literally nothing, for a big waste of time. This is not me. I am not someone who just blindly follows feelings and emotions. Like, I really should have stuck to that because it's better than feeling like your entire soul was stomped on. I should freaking know.
This is actually Rafael Nadal right now, having just lost in the Australian Open. That's exactly what he said in his post-match interview.
Oh, that's a long reach.
That's a great reach. Have you, by the way, ever met Chris Harrison?
No, but he and I do not like each other.
Really?
Yeah. I've been very critical over the years.
I need to get you back to ask about you and Chris Harrison's feud.